This video relates to demerger. So, exactly in the opposite sense of merger, demerger is a strategy in which a single business or a corporate house is broken into different components. Either it would be operating on its own, or it would be sold, or to be dissolved. So, a demerger allows a very large company, such as a conglomerate, to split off into various brands to invite or prevent an acquisition, to raise capital by selling off components that are no longer part of the business's core product line, or to create separate legal entities to handle different operations. So generally, a large organization is broken into different parts. So which because there may be certain items or products which are no longer being sold by the organization, or where the company has thought that this particular division of the company is not earning good for the company to continue in the conglomerate form. So basically, it's an arrangement whereby some part or undertaking of a company is transferred to another company which operates completely separate from the parent or the original company. The shareholders of the original company are usually given an equivalent stake of ownership in the new company. So what generally it's not like it's not necessary to have be like that only, but shareholders of the original parent company are usually given an equivalent stake in the new company. So the contracts relating to the demerged undertaking would get automatically transferred to the resulting company unless the underlying contract has stipulated certain restrictions. So, if there is nothing mentioned relating to the demerged undertaking, would get automatically transferred to a resulting company. So, a resulting company means uh, the new company which takes form, or the outcome of the demerger, the new company which is formed is called a resulting company. So, it said that if we want those undertakings are transferred to other company, and the company to which the undertakings are transferred is called a resulting company. So it is a process of reorganizing the corporate structure whereby the capital stock of a division or a subsidiary of a corporation or newly affiliated company is transferred to the existing stakeholders of a company. So some of the features or nature which exists in a demerger are: all property of the undertaking being transferred by the demerged company immediately before the demerger becomes the property of the resulting company by virtue of demerger. So you see, the property of the undertaking which has been demerged becomes being transferred by the demerged company immediately becomes the demerger, uh, and thus becomes the property of the resulting company. All liabilities relatable to the undertaking being transferred by the merged company immediately become before the demerger become the liabilities of the resulting company by virtue of the merger. So similar is the case of liabilities, where it is being transferred to the liabilities of the resulting company. The property and liabilities of the undertaking or undertakings being transferred by the demerged company are transferred at values appearing in its books of accounts immediately before the demerger. So it is transferred as per the book values of the demerged company. So the resulting company issues, in consideration of the demerger, its shares to the shareholders of the demerged company on an appropriate or proportionate basis, except where the resulting company itself is a shareholder of the demerged company. So, as a consideration, the demerged company's shareholders are issued or given shares of the resulting company in a proportionate basis. So the shareholders holding not less than 3/4, keep this in mind, that the shareholders holding not less than 3/4 in value of the shares in the demerged company becomes the shareholders of the resulting company by virtue of the demerger. And the transfer of the undertaking is on an ongoing going concern basis, or the ongoing basis, or continued basis. So it will be demerged on the principle that it will be a going concern basis. And also it is in accordance to the Income Tax Act 1961. So some examples or previous situations where demergers have taken place. So we have the Reliance Industries, which was demerged to form the Reliance Industries and Reliance Communications Venture Limited, Reliance Energy Ventures Limited, Reliance Capital Ventures Limited, Reliance Natural Resources Limited. Then again in April 2018, White Bread announced to demerge Costa Coffee from their stable of businesses. So there are many businesses which have demerged itself to form different companies. So we also have another example where Pfizer sold their infant nutrition business to Nestle. So you must have heard about this company recently because of the vaccine that they have manufactured for the pandemic. Next, we move on to the types of demerger. So one is divestiture. So it means selling or disposal of assets of the company or any of its business undertakings, usually for cash. So the company is selling off assets or business part or divisions generally for cash. So this is normally used to mobilize resources for core businesses or businesses of the company by realizing value of non-core business assets. So some organizations may have some uh, other product lines which are not their core activities, core business products. So what they may do is they may sell off this particular non-core item and realize that in cash and use that for the core businesses. For example, Nestle is selling its US chocolate businesses, which includes brands such as Baby Ruth, Butterfinger, Crunch to Ferrero for 2.8 billion. So the deal is a part of Nestle's strategy to sell underperforming brands and refocus on healthier products and fast-growing markets. So this the organization may sell some part of the organization which may not be the core products of the company. So some reasons for divestiture are like huge divisional losses. So a particular company may be having various divisions. So a particular division under that company may be suffering from huge losses, because of which the company thinks that it would be better the company sells it off in the market. Continuous negative cash flows from a particular division is similar, whereby if the cash flows earnings are very negative from a particular division, it may get uh, demerged. Difficulty in integrating the business within the company. At first, the company might have introduced a new product line, but later on, it might be finding it difficult to integrate with the main business of the company. Then there may be competition. There may be alternates of investment opportunities where the company may find that letting go of a particular division may help them find some alternate business opportunities. Lack of technological upgradation due to non-affordability. So some divisions may lack certain technological upgradation as well. In case they get some technology that may be very expensive, with which their revenues are not met. Lack of integration between divisions as well. So one division may not be integrating with another division, because to function in a harmonized manner, all the divisions should have some integration and cooperation. So if one division is lacking that, that can go for demerger. And certain legal pressures, because of which the companies may get itself demerged. Then we have spin-offs. So the shares of, in this case, the shares of a new entity are distributed to the shareholders of the parent company on a pro rata basis. So when the resulting company is formed, the shares of the resulting company are distributed to the shareholders of the parent company in a pro rata basis. So the parent company also retains ownership in the spun off entity, that is the resulting company, and it has two approaches. One is the company distributes all the shares of the new entity to its existing shareholders on a pro rata basis. This is the first approach, like what has been said here. The first approach, the company distributes all its shares to the new entity, to the resulting company, to its existing shareholders on a pro rata basis. So this leads to the creation of two different companies holding same proportion of equity as compared to the single company existing previously. And second approach is that flotation of a new entity, that is the resulting company, with its equity being held entirely by the parent company. So the parent company later sells the asset of the spun off company to another company. So at first they float a new company entirely being held by the parent company, and then later sells it off to another company in the market. Then we have splits and divisions. So splits involve dividing the company into two or more parts with an aim to maximize profitability by removing stagnant units from the mainstream business. So suppose the organization is very large, like Reliance has done in this case. I have given you this example. How they have divided itself into various subparts. So these subparts can be considered as splits and divisions. So there are two types. One is split ups and one is split offs. So in case of split ups, it's a process of reorganizing a corporate structure whereby all the capital stock and assets are exchanged for those of two or more newly established companies, resulting in the liquidation of the parent company. So it's a part of a restructuring of the corporate structure whereby all the capital stock and assets are exchanged for those of two or more newly or resulting companies, resulting in the liquidation of the parent company. That is, the parent company does not exist in any further. It is getting split up into two or more companies and it is liquidated. In split off, what is happening is that it's a process of reorganizing a corporate structure whereby the capital stock of a division or a subsidiary of a corporation or a resulting company is transferred to the stakeholders of the corporation, parent corporation, in exchange for part of the stock of the latter. So what is happening here is that the parent company stock is transferred to some other companies, and that is called a split off. Next, we have last one, that is equity carve-outs. So equity carve-outs are referred to as a percentage of subsidiary company being issued to the public. So what happens? The subsidiary company shares are issued to the public, which is one of the way to let the subsidiary company enter the public sector. So this method leads to a separation of the assets of the parent company and the subsidiary entity entirely. So with this, we come to the end of the demerger part of this particular unit.